All right, we're going to create some color value scales. I have a handout that's going to help us do this. We're trying to learn a little bit about color theory, about the color wheel. And so there are 5 different value scales that we're going to do. 2 of them are monochromatic. Monochrome means one color, mono is one, chroma is color. That's one color plus black and white to create the shade or the tint. Shade is adding the black, tint is adding the white. And then there are 3 analogous colors. Analogous colors are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Like an analogy is something that's similar. Analogous colors are next to each other on the color wheel. And I want you to see how these are not finished. I've got a couple more value scales to do, but when we grade these, I'm looking to see that you are really staying in the lines, because a lot of this is practicing our craftsmanship, and that you're able to blend these things smoothly. We're trying to make it almost look like you painted them in there perfectly, or it's a little poster for these things. In a moment, I will do a different chromatic scale so that you can see the process, and I will do a different analogous color scale. But you can see how the directions are here, and then the color that you're doing is there. Now, I'll give you one hint. I think that I would do I would do my solid red, my solid yellow, and my solid orange, and then kind of work towards the middles, so that you can kind of get things to look like a smooth transition. If you do this as well as I've done it, I'll be impressed, but I definitely know that many of you are capable of doing that. So show me what you can do. Let's try to make some beautiful looking color value scales, and then we can start getting into the color parts of our projects. All right, I'm gonna start on this monochromatic scale. Again, a shade is adding black, and a tint is adding white. Pure color, I might stick with one of the primary colors or something simple. And I'm gonna fill this in red, and then I'm gonna start adding a little bit of black, a little bit of black, a little more black, a little bit of white, a little more white. And again, to make it look like a nice transition, I'm probably gonna do my middle one and then my side ones first, and then work towards the middles. All right, I'm gonna speed this up so you don't have to watch this.
Switch it up.
Notice that I turned my paper as I went, because that made it maybe a little bit easier to stay in the box. Be careful about smudging. I'm not in love with the fact that I did that. And you may have noticed that at the very end, these 2 boxes were almost exactly the same. And I ended up needing to push the black a little deeper here so that I could really tell the difference between each box, so that it's really a scale. It's a little change in each box as it goes from the pure color into a deeper shade, and from the pure color into a lighter tint. Okay, I'm gonna do an analogous color scale from blue to violet into red. Your Prismacolors have a small sharpened area when you first buy them. If you use the electric pencil sharpener, you'll have a longer amount of colored pencil at the end to work with, but be careful if you use the electric pencil sharpener that you don't buzz it down too quick. You know, these are expensive pencils. So I'm gonna start with the true blue, the violet, to the red, and I'll show you that in fast motion as well. And I'm gonna work on from here and there towards the middle. So here we go. Okay, I've completed my value scales. Again, it's very difficult to not get this smudgy out here. You gotta kind of have to blow off any of the extra Prismacolor to get it off your paper so it doesn't smear it. One thing you may have noticed in the fast speed video is I'm working in little ellipses, little circles as I go. The goal is to try to hide your pencil marks. you want it to look like it's a flat block of color, like you painted it in there. Also, you don't want it to look like crayon. You're really pressing down. It should look like a painting and yeah, not like a crayon drawing. It takes a little practice. If you can do it as good as this, I'm gonna be super impressed. But I know you've got the skill if you push yourself. There's extra handouts if you screw up. Just do the best you can with this. Good luck.